Alright guys, well this time we're on our way down in order to go grab an MTD. As you guys know, I don't really like MTDs, and I'm also kind of doing something I wouldn't normally do, in that I'm gonna go get a tractor that I haven't seen yet. Normally I make people send me photos before I ever drive down, but I need to actually go down to Walmart and stuff like that anyway, so we're gonna go find a $50 MTD. I got Dawn with me sitting in the back, and apparently I'm such a good conversationalist that this is what happens with my infant. I don't know if you can hear that, but he's actually snoring. I don't think you're supposed to do that till you're older. But let's go see what the MTD looks like and see what $50 is going to get us today. Parts tree is awesome. They always have all of the parts, and if you take their part and you go through and you find the actual model number, a lot of times you can dump it onto Amazon.
Oh yeah.
And then you can find it for like...
Yeah, tell you drove across the...
Well guys, we picked up the MTD. We've decided to stop, grab some McDonald's and all that kind of fun stuff. Made it into Walmart, picked up about $100 worth of supplies for the shop. Officially flat broke on my last $5 bill, so hopefully we can keep some stuff going and get some tractors all built up and ready to go. As far as this MTD is concerned, it's pretty darn mangled. Front end obviously hit something. The transmission is not moving worth a damn. So, yeah, it's a little shaky. Alright guys, so here it is. Managed to get it home. 50 bucks. So we'll do a walk around and see what kind of condition things are in and go from there. First thing is the mower deck. The mower deck has a giant hole through it, as you can see right there. Something seems to have eaten through and caused issues. Next, the transmission. Well, it's not an MTD single speed, as the guy originally seemed to indicate. It actually seems to be a hydrostatic of some sort. As you can see if I put the camera underneath, you can see the oil pan for the hydrostatic. Problem though is that it doesn't roll. It gets to a certain point and locks up. You pull it back, certain point and locks up. Well, hopefully I'll luck out and that'll just be a stuck belt. But we'll find out later. On the side, it doesn't actually look that bad. Mostly just paint and cosmetic. The seat actually is in really good condition. Just needs to have the trim put back on, which is a 5-second thing. I don't quite know what's up with the steering wheel. If you look, it's bent. Never seen that before. Ought to be interesting to find out what's underneath all that tape. And the engine. Well, the dude says that it has not been run since October. It is, however, a awesome 18 horsepower opposed twin. Give me a sec. And the carb and everything has most definitely never been torn down. I also found another weird thing. If you look at the spark plug on this side, it's brand spanking new. But the spark plug on the other side is grungy as all get out, and obviously either never been replaced or something. It's all rusted to beat hell. So we'll see what's up with that. Now on that note, we'll figure out the transaxle. So we're going to see whether we can get this engine to fire. I've got Donovan holding down the safety switches for me. We're gonna put a little bit of starter fluid in it and we're gonna see what she does. Right now we're on just the booster pack and we'll see whether it's able to do anything. So open up your choke, get some starter fluid in it. We've got about a quarter tank of gas and let's see if it actually does something. Alright, well, as you guys can see, it's not firing over at all. I've been kind of worried about that because there's some obvious there's some obvious stuff that somebody has taken this apart. The side panels aren't on correctly. The top panel is actually crooked. And there was a bolt missing in the top of the carburetor when I took it off. So we're gonna monkey with it a little bit and we'll be right back. Hey guys, I just figured I'd show you this. What I end up doing is I overdo the amount of amperage going into the battery by putting a charger along with the battery booster on it. I pull both spark plugs and then I take the spark plug, I put it in, and then I clean off an area away from the spark plug hole because there's going to be gas coming through it. And I clean off the spark plugs and then I hold them against the center of the block and kick over the machine, and that way you can tell whether the coil is actually kicking over or not because you'll see it spark across it. The reason for being away from the spark plug hole is because there's probably gas coming out through there and you don't want to have the spark plug setting it off in your hand. Alright guys, well basically it's got a half-failed coil in it. After I showed you earlier about checking the spark plug, it fired once or twice intermittently when I didn't have the camera rolling, but I noticed it seemed to be kind of like a bop 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 bop, and then it would stop and then it go bop 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 bop, and then it just totally died and it hydro-locked on me. So I pulled the spark plugs on both of the sides, and on this side you could smell gas really, really, really bad. On this side you couldn't smell any gas because it had burnt it off. So basically what happened is, on this side the coil is firing and on this side the coil isn't firing. So it's hydro-locking this piston. So I'm going to order up a coil and we'll get it swapped over and see whether I'm right. Well guys, as you can see, once we took the lid off, there was a mouse nest in it. And actually you can see on this side of the coil, well maybe you can't, but it's swollen and it's expanded. So it's about 3 times the size it should be. It's obviously messed up. So we'll get a new coil put in and see what happens. Well guys, once we tore the nest out of there, you can actually see where the mouse ate through the second spark plug wire. So I'm glad that I ordered up the coil for this thing and that we were able to troubleshoot it correctly. So one cable is eaten clear through, as you can see there, and the other one was left intact. That's why it was only firing on one side. So we're going to replace this coil and we'll see if it fires over after that. Okay.